Ever get that feeling, especially after 60, that your body is just rebelling? That foods you used to enjoy suddenly leave you feeling sluggish, bloated, or just plain off? Maybe it's the afternoon slump after a sandwich, or the restless night after a seemingly innocent bowl of pasta. It's not your imagination. As we age, our relationship with carbs changes, and what once fueled us can now hold us back. And that's what we're tackling today. It's a topic that's close to my heart, and I know it resonates with so many of you. We're not talking about deprivation or restrictive diets. Instead, we're diving into 6 simple yet powerful food swaps that can make a huge difference to your energy, mood, clarity, and overall well-being after 60. Think of it as an upgrade, not a sacrifice. In this video, we're going to uncover how to listen to your body's evolving needs and make delicious, sustainable choices that support vibrant health. We'll explore how these swaps can reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, improve digestion, and even boost your sleep quality. And the best part? These are changes you can start making today, with foods you can easily find at your local grocery store. So, if you're ready to ditch the carb-induced crashes, embrace a more energized and balanced way of eating, and rediscover the joy of feeling truly good in your body, then keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and inspiration to make lasting changes that will transform the way you feel, inside and out. Let's jump right into swap number 1. Embrace the bean, your body's new best friend, instead of bread and pasta. One of the smartest moves you can make for your health after 60 is consciously shifting away from refined carbohydrates, like white bread and pasta, and welcoming hearty, fiber-rich beans into your diet. It might sound like a minor adjustment, but trust me, the ripple effect can be truly profound. Let's break down why. When you consume bread or pasta made from refined flour, your body swiftly converts those carbs into glucose, sending your blood sugar soaring, only to crash down just as quickly. Imagine that sugar rush as a tidal wave, overwhelming your system and then leaving you stranded. Over time, this constant roller coaster ride takes a serious toll, leaving you feeling fatigued, mentally unfocused, and even triggering anxiety. Beans, however, are the epitome of slow and steady energy. They release their energy gradually, providing your body with a sustained, balanced source of fuel, avoiding those dramatic spikes and dips. What makes beans, such as lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and kidney beans, so remarkable is their incredible nutritional profile. They are brimming with both fiber and protein, a dynamic duo that works wonders for your overall health. Fiber promotes satiety, helping you feel fuller for longer and preventing overeating. It also acts as a natural regulator for your digestive system, ensuring smooth and efficient functioning, a vital benefit as our digestion tends to slow down with age. Protein, on the other hand, plays a crucial role in maintaining and preserving muscle mass, which naturally declines as we get older. Strong muscles are essential for mobility, balance, and overall strength. With beans, you're getting both these powerhouse nutrients in one convenient, affordable package. However, the advantages of beans extend far beyond just their nutritional value. There's a fascinating psychological element at play here. Many older adults, often unconsciously, harbor a deep-seated emotional connection to refined carbohydrates like toast, dinner rolls, and spaghetti. These foods often evoke fond memories of family gatherings, comforting childhood meals, and simpler times. But nostalgia can be a powerful trap. Just because a food is familiar and evokes positive emotions, it doesn't automatically mean it's still serving your best interests in the present. In fact, those very same foods might be subtly sabotaging your energy levels, mental clarity, and metabolic health, preventing you from achieving your full potential. I want to share a story about Harold, a 74-year-old who epitomized this carb-centric lifestyle. He was a devoted follower of the toast with everything philosophy, consuming white toast for breakfast, white bread for lunch sandwiches, and an array of dinner rolls with his evening meals. He attributed his chronic fatigue to simply getting old, but after a gentle nudge from his doctor, he decided to experiment with swapping his beloved toast and pasta for fiber-rich alternatives, like black beans and chickpeas. The results were nothing short of astonishing. He experienced a noticeable improvement in his digestion, a welcome reduction in food cravings, and the pleasant realization that his afternoon naps were becoming increasingly optional. Harold didn't embark on a radical diet overhaul. He simply identified what wasn't working for his body and consciously replaced it with something better. And that's the underlying principle of these food swaps. It's not solely about eliminating unhealthy choices. It's about consciously incorporating nutrient-dense options that actively nourish your body and mind. Beans also offer another, often overlooked, advantage: their ability to promote heart health. They assist in regulating cholesterol levels, protecting your cardiovascular system, a critical aspect of healthy aging. And unlike many trendy superfoods that come with a hefty price tag, beans are incredibly affordable and accessible. You can easily incorporate them into your meals, tossing them into salads for added texture and protein, blending them into soups for creamy richness, or simply warming them up with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of herbs for a satisfying side dish. They're as versatile as they are beneficial. So, if you've been habitually relying on bread and pasta as your go-to comfort foods, I encourage you to pause and reflect. Is that momentary comfort truly worth the long-term cost to your body? There's absolutely nothing wrong with craving something satisfying. However, the ultimate satisfaction comes from nourishing your body in a way that supports lasting energy, vibrant health, and a deep sense of well-being. Beans offer precisely that, and over time they can transform from just another ingredient in your meals to a symbol of your commitment to self-care, a testament to your wisdom and intention in navigating the aging process. Now, let's seamlessly transition to swap number 2, building upon this concept of intentional nourishment. Trading sugary snacks for the power of healthy fats. One of the most prevalent and often unconscious dietary pitfalls that older adults fall victim to is reaching for sugary snacks whenever energy levels dip. Cookies, pastries, overly sweetened granola bars, and even seemingly innocent fruit juices may appear harmless in the moment, but they can quietly sabotage your health and vitality as you age. As we progress through life, our bodies naturally become more sensitive to the effects of sugar. What once provided a temporary boost now often leads to a cascade of undesirable consequences: a fleeting surge of energy followed by a prolonged crash, increased irritability, and an insatiable craving for more sugary goodness, perpetuating a vicious cycle. The solution, however, isn't simply about restricting or eliminating sugar. The key lies in consciously replacing those empty calories with something that actively benefits your body: the incredible power of healthy fats. This is particularly crucial in older age, when your metabolism naturally slows down and hunger cues can become distorted or unreliable. By opting for healthy fats over sugary snacks, you're essentially providing your body with premium fuel that works with you, not against you. You're setting yourself up for success, powering your body with nutrients that will sustain you and give you a long, healthy life. Let's be real, many of us were raised during a time when dietary fat was demonized. We were bombarded with messages to avoid fat at all costs, leading to a widespread fear and misconception about its role in our health. But thankfully, scientific understanding has evolved, and we now recognize that healthy fats are not only safe, but absolutely essential for overall well-being. They play a critical role in protecting against cognitive decline, supporting healthy joints, improving mood, and even enhancing nutrient absorption. When you choose to snack on a handful of almonds, spread creamy avocado on whole grain crackers, or drizzle olive oil over a vibrant salad, you're not just sidestepping the sugar trap. You're actively building a stronger, more resilient foundation for your health and vitality. I want to introduce you to Margaret, a vibrant 68-year-old who had unknowingly fallen into the sugary snack habit. Every afternoon, without fail, she would reach for something sweet: a cookie, a piece of cake, or a sugary granola bar, as a quick pick-me-up. Initially, it seemed harmless, a small treat to boost her spirits. However, over time, Margaret noticed a troubling pattern. The more sugary snacks she consumed, the more sluggish she felt come evening. She was trapped in a cycle of sugar-fueled highs and energy-sapping lows. Determined to break free from this pattern, Margaret decided to experiment with swapping her sugary snacks for healthier alternatives, consciously incorporating sources of healthy fats into her routine. She started snacking on olives, nuts, and slices of avocado drizzled with lemon juice and a pinch of sea salt. The results were transformative. She discovered that her energy levels remained far more stable throughout the afternoon, avoiding the dreaded sugar crashes that had plagued her for so long. She also noticed a significant improvement in her mood, feeling more balanced and less prone to irritability. And perhaps, most surprisingly, she found herself less reliant on snacking altogether, experiencing a sense of sustained satiety that curbed her cravings and kept her feeling satisfied between meals. It wasn't about restricting her food intake. It was about making smarter, more conscious choices that nourished her body from the inside out. This shift in mindset also had a profound impact on how Margaret viewed herself. When you deliberately choose to fuel your body with foods that truly benefit your well-being, you cultivate a sense of empowerment and control. You no longer feel like a victim of your cravings. Instead, you become an active participant in shaping your health and happiness. Sugary snacks often come with a tinge of guilt, a nagging awareness that you're indulging in something that's not truly serving you. But healthy fats offer a different experience altogether. They nourish without the crash, leaving you feeling energized, satisfied, and genuinely good about your choices. Okay, moving along nicely. We're now going to talk about swap number 3, and this is another that could well surprise you. It's all about the sweet potato. Revelation: ditching white potatoes for a nutrient powerhouse. For generations, white potatoes have held a revered place on dinner tables worldwide. Whether mashed with butter and cream, baked until fluffy, or transformed into crispy golden fries, they evoke a sense of warmth, familiarity, and undeniable comfort. But as we gracefully journey into our golden years, it's time to reevaluate whether these starchy staples are truly serving our best interests. The unfortunate truth is that white potatoes possess a high glycemic index, meaning they are rapidly converted into glucose in the body, leading to a surge in blood sugar levels. While this might provide a temporary energy boost, it's quickly followed by a precipitous crash, leaving you feeling tired, sluggish, and mentally foggy. Over time, this recurring pattern of sugar spikes and crashes can silently erode your energy reserves, destabilize your mood, and negatively impact your long-term health. But don't despair. You don't have to completely relinquish the comfort and satisfaction of a starchy side dish to make a healthier choice. Enter the magnificent sweet potato, a vibrant and versatile alternative that offers the same comforting texture and savory flavors, but with a wealth of additional benefits and a far gentler impact on your blood sugar. Sweet potatoes are nutritional powerhouses, brimming with dietary fiber, essential vitamins such as A and C, and potent antioxidants that actively combat inflammation throughout the body. And that last part is particularly significant, as chronic inflammation is now recognized as a major driver behind many age-related diseases, from painful joint conditions to cardiovascular issues and even cognitive decline. What truly distinguishes sweet potatoes isn't just what they provide, but also what they avoid. Unlike white potatoes, which can leave you feeling heavy, sleepy, and bloated, sweet potatoes tend to promote sustained energy and a sense of well-being without the dreaded crash. They actively support your immune system, nourish your skin, and contribute to a healthy digestive system, all crucial factors for maintaining optimal health as we age. However, after receiving some gentle encouragement from his doctor, Frank decided to embark on a month-long experiment, consciously swapping his customary white potatoes for their vibrant orange cousins, the sweet potatoes. Initially, Frank was skeptical. He enjoyed the comforting familiarity of his routine, and couldn't imagine life without his beloved mashed potatoes. But after just a few weeks of savoring roasted sweet potatoes seasoned with fragrant herbs, Frank experienced a remarkable transformation. His digestion improved significantly, his afternoon energy levels remained stable, and to his utter surprise, he didn't miss the white potatoes at all. In fact, he found himself enthusiastically experimenting with different spices and preparation methods, rediscovering a passion for cooking that he hadn't felt in years. This kind of seemingly insignificant change can have a profound and tangible impact on your day-to-day life. You're not depriving yourself of comfort. You're simply redefining it, consciously choosing options that nourish your body from the inside out. Sweet potatoes can become a reliable source of both physical and emotional satisfaction, providing that cozy feeling from a warm and familiar side dish, while actively working in harmony with your body's needs. And that, my friends, is the essence of graceful and empowered aging. Honoring your current needs, prioritizing your well-being, and consciously choosing habits that support your journey, rather than clinging to outdated routines from the past. When you choose to replace white potatoes with sweet potatoes, you're making a powerful statement. You're choosing nourishment over nostalgia, vitality over lethargy, and conscious intention over mindless habit. And the more consistently you make those mindful choices, the more your body will reward you, not just today, but for many vibrant years to come. Okay, let's move along and get to swap number 4. Low-carb veggies, your delicious alternative to rice and noodles. For many older adults, rice and noodles have evolved into the trusty, go-to components of quick and satisfying meals. They're undeniably easy to cook, gentle on the teeth, and versatile enough to pair seamlessly with virtually any sauce or protein. However, this ease and convenience can come at a significant cost, particularly when it comes to maintaining healthy blood sugar levels, managing weight, and minimizing inflammation. Traditional white rice and most commercially available noodles are densely packed with simple carbohydrates. When consumed, these carbohydrates are rapidly broken down into glucose, causing a surge in blood sugar levels. While this might not pose immediate harm in every instance, consistently consuming high-carb meals over extended periods can contribute to the development of insulin resistance, persistent fatigue, and even chronic health conditions that can quietly diminish your quality of life. Here's the key insight. Your body doesn't merely react to individual food choices in isolation. It responds to patterns. When your dietary patterns consistently consist of high-carbohydrate meals, day after day, year after year, it places a significant strain on your body's regulatory systems, making it increasingly difficult to maintain balance and homeostasis. However, the solution doesn't require drastic measures or a complete overhaul of your dietary habits. A simple yet powerful strategy is to consciously swap out rice and noodles for their lower carbohydrate vegetable counterparts. Cauliflower, zucchini, and spaghetti squash offer a remarkable degree of versatility and can be transformed into surprisingly satisfying substitutes for their carb-heavy counterparts. Cauliflower, when pulsed in a food processor, transforms into a delicate rice that can be sautéed, stir-fried, or incorporated into your favorite rice-based dishes. Zucchini can be spiralized into elegant noodle-like strands that beautifully capture the flavors of your favorite sauces. And spaghetti squash, once roasted, effortlessly pulls apart into golden, pasta-like strands that possess a subtly sweet flavor and a satisfying texture. Beyond their versatility, these vegetable swaps offer something far more significant: the ability to minimize inflammation, support healthy digestion, and stabilize blood sugar levels. As we get older, inflammation becomes a subtle yet insidious threat, quietly contributing to a wide range of health problems, including joint pain, chronic fatigue, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular disease. The foods we consume either actively combat inflammation or inadvertently fuel it, making mindful dietary choices crucial for maintaining optimal health. Low-carbohydrate vegetables are brimming with essential nutrients, antioxidants, and fiber, which work synergistically to cool down the body's internal stress response, promoting overall balance and well-being. They also support a healthy gut microbiome, which plays a far greater role in regulating mood, immunity, and even memory than most people realize. I want to share a story about Diane, a vibrant 70-year-old who had long relied on pasta as a staple in her weekly meal rotation. It was convenient, familiar, and provided a quick and easy dinner solution after a long and active day. However, Diane began to notice some troubling symptoms. Her hands felt increasingly swollen. Her knees ached more frequently, and her energy levels consistently dipped after dinner, leaving her feeling fatigued. After consulting with her doctor, Diane learned about the potential link between her symptoms and chronic inflammation. Her doctor suggested that she experiment with swapping out some of her pasta dishes for meals that incorporated low-carbohydrate vegetables. Intrigued and motivated to improve her well-being, Diane decided to embrace the challenge, starting with a simple yet satisfying dish of zucchini noodles tossed in her favorite homemade tomato sauce. Within just a few weeks, Diane experienced a remarkable transformation. The discomfort in her joints began to subside. Her energy levels stabilized throughout the day, and she no longer felt the post-dinner fatigue that had plagued her for so long. She didn't feel deprived or restricted in any way. Instead, she felt lighter, more energized, and more connected to her body's needs. This, my friends, is the essence of conscious food swapping. It's not about deprivation or restriction. It's about strategically replacing less beneficial options with foods that actively nourish your body, promote long-term health, and enhance your overall quality of life. It's about reclaiming your vitality, rediscovering the joy of movement, and embracing a lifestyle that supports your well-being for years to come. Okay, we've reached our penultimate swap. We've conquered pasta and potatoes, but what about those carb-heavy side dishes? Let's see what's next. Fermented foods. Say goodbye to carb-heavy sides and hello to gut-loving goodness. For generations, many cultures have leaned heavily on familiar, often carb-heavy side dishes to complete their meals. We're talking about the classic players like buttery dinner rolls, creamy mashed potatoes, and sweet glazed corn, all undeniably comforting, but potentially problematic for our health as we age. These starchy companions can contribute to blood sugar spikes, bloating, and offer minimal support for the intricate ecosystem within our gut. As we gracefully age, our gut health takes center stage, wielding a far greater influence on our overall well-being than many realize. It serves as the bedrock for efficient digestion, a robust immune system, and even sharp mental clarity. So, how do we nourish this vital inner world? The answer lies in consciously swapping those carb-heavy sides for the remarkable benefits of fermented foods. Think of it as seeding your gut with a diverse and thriving population of beneficial bacteria, each playing a crucial role in supporting your overall health. Foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt with live and active cultures, and even modest servings of miso introduce a surge of probiotics, the friendly microorganisms your body truly craves. These probiotics play a crucial role in maintaining a balanced gut environment, fostering optimal digestion, and potentially alleviating chronic issues such as constipation, inflammation, and persistent fatigue. Unlike those carb-heavy foods that may temporarily fill your belly but leave you feeling sluggish and depleted, fermented foods work diligently to support your body on a much deeper, more fundamental level. What's truly remarkable is how little it takes to experience the transformative power of fermented foods. You don't need to overload your plate with kimchi or guzzle down copious amounts of kefir throughout the day. Simply incorporating a small, mindful portion alongside your regular meals can begin to recalibrate your internal systems and enhance your body's ability to absorb essential nutrients. This enhanced nutrient absorption becomes increasingly critical as we age because our capacity to efficiently absorb vital nutrients like calcium, B vitamins, and magnesium tends to gradually decline. A well-balanced gut, teeming with beneficial bacteria, acts as a gatekeeper, ensuring that those precious nutrients are not simply flushed away, but actively utilized where they're needed most. I want to share the story of Edward, a spry 76-year-old who had long resigned himself to a life of digestive discomfort. For years, he struggled with persistent bloating, irregular bowel movements, and a general feeling of unease in his gut. He chalked it up to the inevitable consequences of aging, accepting it as an unchangeable fact of life. However, a chance conversation with a health-conscious friend sparked a newfound sense of hope. Inspired by his friend's experience, Edward decided to embark on a simple yet potentially transformative dietary experiment, adding a modest tablespoon of sauerkraut to his lunchtime routine and sipping on a small glass of kefir each evening. Within a remarkably short span of just 2 weeks, Edward experienced a dramatic shift in his digestive health. The persistent bloating began to subside, his bowel movements became more regular and predictable, and to his utter delight, he experienced an unexpected and most welcome bonus. His mind felt clearer and more focused than it had in years. He described it as a fog lifting, allowing him to think more sharply and engage more fully with the world around him. And all it took was a few simple swaps on his plate. There's also something incredibly empowering about taking conscious control of your gut health. It serves as a constant reminder that you are not a passive victim of your body's whims and limitations. You possess the power to actively work with your body, supporting its natural functions and promoting long-term well-being. Fermented foods, with their tangy, complex flavors and their deep roots in ancient traditions, can bring a renewed sense of vitality and intention back to your dining experience. They don't just replace something old and tired. They reconnect you to something ancient, something wise, and something that brings your whole system into a state of harmonious balance. Of course, it's important to acknowledge that not everyone immediately falls in love with the taste of fermented foods. Their unique flavors can be strong, even initially surprising to the palate. But like so many worthwhile habits, the appreciation for fermented foods often grows over time. Start with small portions, experiment with different varieties, and give your body ample time to adjust. And above all, give yourself credit for taking the initiative to try something new, to step outside your culinary comfort zone, and to actively invest in your long-term health. This isn't simply a food choice, it's an act of self-care, a quiet statement that you value your well-being, your mental clarity, and your physical comfort. And now for our final swap that you can make to have the maximum benefit with your diet. Remember, low-sugar fruits. Swap out. Traditional desserts for naturally sweet bliss. For countless generations, dessert has occupied a special place in our lives as a symbol of celebration, comfort, and simple indulgence. A slice of warm pie after a family dinner, a scoop of creamy ice cream on a balmy summer evening, or a handful of warm cookies alongside your afternoon coffee. These small treats have a way of comforting us, but as we get older, the way our bodies respond to sugar changes dramatically. What once felt like a harmless indulgence now lingers in the form of brain fog, aching joints, restless sleep, or stubborn weight that refuses to budge. And while no one is saying you can never enjoy a treat again, the truth is the more sugar we remove from our daily routine, the better we tend to feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. So what's the alternative? It's simpler than you might think. Instead of reaching for traditional desserts loaded with added sugars and processed ingredients, choose low-sugar fruits like berries, citrus, or even a few slices of pear or apple with cinnamon. These fruits are naturally sweet, packed with fiber, and loaded with antioxidants that actively fight inflammation and support healthy aging. They give you the taste of something sweet without the crash or the blood sugar roller coaster. There's a subtle but powerful difference between eating sugar out of habit and choosing natural sweetness with purpose. When you eat a bowl of fresh blueberries or a few strawberries after dinner, you're not just satisfying a craving, you're nourishing your body, helping your memory, and supporting your heart. The fiber in these fruits slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream, meaning you get energy without the spike, and that means fewer cravings, steadier moods, and better sleep at night. Let me tell you about Lorraine. She's 81 and had a habit of ending every dinner with a slice of cake or a few cookies. She didn't think much of it, it was just her way of winding down. But she started noticing her hands felt stiff in the morning, her memory wasn't quite as sharp, and her energy dipped more than it used to. Her granddaughter, who'd been reading about sugar and aging, suggested a small change. Together they started making simple desserts with berries, Greek yogurt, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Lorraine didn't expect much, but after a few weeks, she felt more energetic. Her joints felt less tight, and she even said her sleep became more restful. That's the kind of quiet transformation that sneaks up on you, not with fanfare, but with peace. You don't miss the heavy desserts as much as you expect because your body begins to feel lighter, clearer, and more steady. And you start to realize that true satisfaction doesn't come from sweetness alone. It comes from how you feel afterward. When dessert leaves you feeling nourished instead of drained, it becomes something you look forward to with pride, not guilt. Choosing fruit over processed dessert is more than a dietary swap. It's a gesture of care toward yourself. It says, I want to feel good tomorrow, not just I want to taste something now. And when you make that kind of choice consistently, the effects ripple out into every part of your life. Your clarity, your energy, your movement, even your confidence. So let's just recap those 6 key swaps we discussed today. 1. Beans instead of bread, hog pasta, for sustained energy and fiber. 2. Healthy fats. Instead of sugary snacks, nourishes the brain and keeps you satisfied. 3. Sweet potatoes in place of white potatoes, comfort food with a vitamin kick. 4. Low-carb veggies instead of rice and noodles, reduces inflammation and aids digestion. 5. Fermented foods instead of carb-heavy desserts, good for gut health. 6. Low-sugar fruit instead of processed desserts, gives you energy without the sugar crash. But listen, you haven't come this far to just hear me talk. You've got to take action here. Remember, this isn't about deprivation or a drastic diet overhaul. It's about making small, sustainable changes that honor your body's needs and preferences while gently guiding you toward a more vibrant and energized future. So, pick just 1, maybe 2 of these swaps and implement them this week. Start small. And if you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. We love getting your feedback, and we are here to help you on your journey. Thanks for joining me today, and please feel free to share this with somebody who could benefit.